Shemai, Shuraki, Happy New Year. Hope you're all well. This is my first video of 2023. Thank you very much for everybody who made the comments in my last video. Really did appreciate them. It's really nice to see the community helping out people like myself who are new to this. Although I think I'm not new anymore. I've learned a lot of stuff, and I must give a shout out to Ian's Engage, because he cracked me up when he had his little end of year. What have I learnt? What's he like? What's he not liked? Because I went through exactly the same emotions. Thanks for putting that out, Ian. At least I know I'm not on my own. Thanks very much. Yeah, so it's been a while, and that's because we've had loads and loads of people here over Christmas, and they're very exciting, you know, Santa bringing presents and stuff. But I managed to get away once they all went home. Sad to see them go, but it was nice to have the house back to ourselves. I was able to get back in the shed and crack on, and I've been able to do quite a lot of work. I've rejigged a few things, a lot of electrical work, a lot of modelling. I had quite a lot of Pico kits for Christmas, and my God are they fiddly. But there you go. Engage is, yeah, I didn't realise how small some of these parts, how they expect them to glue them together, I don't know. But anyway, I managed my best. It's not fantastic, it's not brilliant. It's my attempt. I hope you do like what I've done. I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm still waiting on a few things to come. It seems to be a massive shortage out there of stock of various things. I mean, so you order something and say, yeah, it's not going to be 3 to 4 weeks. But you know, that's our hobby, isn't it? You know, it's all made abroad, and we have to wait for it to come in. Just be patient and crack on. Anyway, enough of me garbling on and babbling on. I hope you enjoy what I'm going to show you. It's taken me a long time. It's taken me 2 weeks to get to this point. A lot of cursing, but I got there. So enjoy. Anyway, while I was waiting for Santa to come, I decided to crack on and build this wall here that runs around the back of the houses, just to separate them, and that goes all the way down, and eventually this area here, it'll return at that point somewhere around there, and then come back round to here, which will be allotments. I'm going to put another street in front of that, just to see what it looked like. Really, it's not fixed down. The back then I'll lay some cobblestones down, and this will be a cobblestone area for a bit of parking. The only problem is the further I come out for this area here, the less room I've got to get round that side there. The next debate is whether they carry on building these walls and making these walls that high, or to try and go for something along this area. I've got this for Christmas. These little walls are formed together. They're a sort of greeny colour, so I can always paint them more grey. I don't think they suit this, but that's the next decision to make. So I can separate this track here from this side to what's happening up here. Now eventually there will be a road coming across here where this wagon is, coming across there, around, and coming down here. So my thoughts were to actually dig this bit out, dig all this out to create an embankment and create a lower area. So we've got an upper town and we've got a lower town, and then that would then allow me to bank this, as it were, so otherwise if I put buildings either side, I'm going to lose the train as it goes through the town, sort of thing. So when I did that, I also painted this area. This is going to be grass and trees and shrubs in there leading into the station, painted it all the way down as far as there. So that's one of the jobs I've got to do. And then we got Christmas Day, and I got quite a fair bit of gear. A couple of coaches which I asked for, which I'm quite pleased about. Nice green colour, quite like that colour. I got 2 of them. I did ask for 3, the sod's law. I'll get another couple to go with it, and I'll have a rake of 4 greens then. What else have I been doing? So once I started doing that, got myself 2 new wagons. Treat myself to one. I bought another one today. I couldn't resist this one. Saw this on the shelf. I thought, I'm having this. It's late early British Railways. Lovely little thing. Runs beautifully. And I got myself a little chuffer. Go back and forth on the TMD. Lots of other bits and pieces, but I won't bore you with that. Basically figures and stuff like that. So, what have I been working on? Well, I had quite a few ratio kits. The first one I built was the signal box over here. I've wired it in and lit it up. You can see the light on there. But unfortunately, I found out when I did that the lamp was there. That's got blown, and these two are blown. These two are still working, but these are blown. The rest of the lights work. It's just a shame, really. They work inside of there, so I'm quite happy with them. But now I've got to replace them too, so those are on order. But these ratio models, they are the pain of my life. I couldn't believe how small everything was. I haven't finished it. I've got to paint the roof. I've got a few other bits and pieces to do to it. But it's what I wanted in that position, so I'm quite happy with that. It looks authentic. A couple of loads of other ratio models I've been building bit by bit. This is why I've not done anything for 2 weeks, and you'll see them in my depot. So here we go. A quick tour. You remember that the mine was there. I've now got a coal filler to go with that, and so the train will reverse down, fill up from there, little wagon there. And there'll be a couple of walls and a bit more coal there for a collection. I've seen a horse and cart, which I'm going to get, and that'll do nicely up there. So I've also finished this scene off a little bit, so you can see I've got the trees in, and I've been using the model scenery stuff. I'm getting used to doing that. And then I also did a bit of scratch building for these rails and posts. So a bit of card, glued 2 pieces of card together, drilled a hole, 2 holes equal distance apart, and then just threaded the wire through. It seemed easy at the time. I thought, this is a great idea. But that was quite an effort to do. But it finishes the scene off for me. I'm quite happy with that. Bit of grass on the other side. You got the bridge going up, you got the farm track, and then you got the coal track going down. So you can see there's been quite a fair bit of work, and then that leads down along the track to the points. I've put all the points in now apart from one. Little station, little junction there. We've now got a engineer shed on the go there. And then I have started to put some lamps in. They're not fixed, they're in place. The steps I'd done before. I also covered that wall at the back. I wasn't happy with the grey, so I've used the scale scenes brickwork, the same stuff I used before, and did that. And that led me on to doing this bit at the front here, so that the trains aren't going to fall off. So that's already all been put in there. Going on, we've got the depot now and the ratio kits for the maintenance depot all done. What an effort that was. I'm telling you, painting them, gluing them, falling apart, redoing. They were so small, it's ridiculous. But you know, he kept me busy, kept me quiet for 2 weeks, so yeah. But I'm quite happy with that. All the wires for the lights are down here. I've got loads more stuff to build yet. But all the lights are here, and they'll all get wired up to another power distributor, which I've shown before. That'll sit underneath there, and that'll control all the lights along this side then. So I'll have one on that side and one on that side there, and that'll control all the lights along this side. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in the dark when I've wired it in. And I might put it on this video, depends what I do tomorrow. But that's what I've been up to. So a lot of work, a lot of fiddly stuff. It's still not for none of this gravel is glued down. I've left it as it is to see what it looks like first. If I don't like it, I can hoover it up. Making the paths was interesting experience, but I've done it. I'm going to use the technique of coloured glue, add a bit of black pigment into the water and glue solution, and then drop it on to seal it, and that'll give a dirt look. Quite like that idea. Saw that on the video. I'll put a marker up. We're very pleased with that. So I'll give that a go. And I think that's it. What I've now got to do, I've worked out I'm going to put a battery and a switch somewhere on here, so I can have this lit up and a couple of lamps on here as well. Get them going. I've got some old-fashioned lamps, and then that'll finish that in. Well, the only thing I was disappointed, I wanted miners for there. You can't get the miners for love or money, so I'm going to have to order basic shapes and try and make the best out of them that I can. And I wanted some small thin rails and little wagons, coal wagons coming out, and again you can't get all of them at the minute. Seems to be a shortage of them. Seems to be a shortage of a lot of stuff. I noticed that when I've gone on the websites of various upstairs, downstairs, Hattons, scale scenes, layouts for you. There's quite a lot of stock that's been sold out. It's because it's Christmas, I suppose, or because they're not getting the stuff into the country. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. I've done a bit of weathering on it as well, so I'm pleased with that. Spent a long time doing that. Nightmare to build that, but worth it in the end. It's finished that bit off for me. Love doing the trees. That I think is quite effective. Better than having all these pre-made plastic jobbies. Much more realistic. Quite happy with that. And there's still bits to do on the mountain and the farm. I'll put more sheep in. I've got to put some more cows. I've only got one cow and a calf. Put some more of that in there, and see how I get on with that. But yeah, coming along this side now. Just get the lights in there, and I'm still waiting for a new DR4018 to control the MP1's motors underneath. Hopefully they'll come through soon. They said about 3 to 4 weeks. I ordered them before Christmas, and I'm still waiting for another Lodi 83 AC. I've got one all set up, and that's for the surface mounted ones. Still waiting for one of them to come in so I can finish off my switches, but all my other switches work. I've tested them time and time again, run them time and time again, but they all work. So I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, that's where we are at the minute. So I'm going to crack on with the other bits of lighting. But that scene now is coming up really well. I'm quite pleased with it. So, and probably a few more additions to it before the time I finish. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Once that's done, then I think I've got to have to start on the town scene. Yeah, I'm going to have to start with the town scene and try and work that out, because like I said, what I want to do is dig all this out so this is lower to this point here on where that red line is, and then have it coming back up, because I need the harbour there, I need it high there and everything high there. So this bit will be dug out, embanked up to that. This will have an embankment on. I'll have to put sides on here as well. And then that way, then when that road comes in, I can have a tunnel. I can have it sloping down and going into a tunnel rather than a bridge at this point, and bring it through as a road. Bring it probably up this way. Yeah, up this way, and then turning in front of the harbour to the station, car park there, and then town here with shops and more houses and stuff like that. So my next job at the minute now is to start fitting these little buggers and get them into there and then get these running, and I'll hopefully give you some videos of that. Anyway, time for now, see you in the next bit. Right, so I've done all my wiring. You can see it's up there's a bit of a mess. Got to tidy them up first, but they're all up there. I think I've got everything right, so we'll put it to the test. I've wired it all into this switch down here, which sets up the station as well. I just want one switch to connect it all up. That's the beauty about this, there's no actual power going through there, it's just connecting the switch up. So we shall give it a test and see what it looks like. So the lights are off. I've just left the top lights on at the minute. Switch it on comes the lights. I'm sure it looks look a lot better with these off. There we go. And in the dark that looks quite authentic for sort of early or late 50s, early 60s. You can see that the maintenance house is shed is done. We've got one lamp there for the back. We've got a lamp there on the water tower and on the little maintenance depot bit. Working our way around. There's a lamp there now illuminating the little steps coming down and the hut. And across the path there on the corner then we've got the what I like to call the workers cafe, and the little signal hut is all done, ready for working the signals. So I'm quite pleased with that. The only thing that's let me down at the minute is the fact that I've got two lights out on the station over here, and even though it looks pretty good in the dark, the station's fine, but it's the platform is the problem. So I've had to take that light out there, and I've got one there out, and I've got to order some more of these double headers to finish that off. But my new little signal box, main signal box, that's all done. So yeah, looking good. When I get the rest of it done and get the street lights up, quite pleased, working out well. So I'm swinging back round for the last look on the depot at night. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that now. I'll just put the flood and the score and lights out. So that's that part more or less done. Just going to get the workers on there. And when I said yes, I was waiting for parts to arrive. I actually got from Hattons. Where are they? Where are they gone? Some little figures. If I find them, I'll show them to you. But I can't find them at the minute. Typically, when you put stuff down, you can't find them. They're probably under somewhere. So yeah, now I hope you like it. It's taken me a long time to get it done. A lot banging, a lot swearing, banging my head underneath. But I'm getting there. Next thing, apart from getting the figures on, oh yeah, I've got to glue these sheds down now. So one will fit there, and that, and the other one will be slightly further forward, the pavement to the front of the pavement there, just to give a bit of cover while they're working on them, and then we can crack on. Still working on this mining bit. I'd like to get some lights in there. I will get there, I just need a switch. I've got a battery holder, get the lights in, and I've got to work on that. I think my next big job is going to be not here at the castle. Probably yes, I'm going to have to make a decision and get the houses in, and start getting that bit done. So we'll wait and see. Oh, there they are, I just found them. I've got these little Pico figures. They're not real, they're not exactly maintenance, but they'll do for me miners as well, so I'll be able to populate the mining section as well. If I can ever get my eyes to look at the smallness, tininess of it all. But there you go. That was a big job. This bit was a big job, and I'm glad I've done it. I can rest easy now. Just get the next DR4018 so I can get the points moving, and then we'll work from there. Well, ta-ra for now. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. And if you've got any comments for me, good or bad, I don't mind. I'll answer all your comments, and hopefully you can see that it's moving on.